Yeah, I go and I hide in the room 21 and I eat 100 pounds of Cheetos in that grade now. All right, hello. Here we are. I eat with the left hand and type with the right. Okay. Here we are. Are you guys on page 20 with me? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm frozen.
Why would I never be on page 20?
I don't know. Did you get a haircut?
I did.
You guys ready? Page 20.
Page 1?
Except for Chase.
Chase Purple Lark, what are you doing?
He's trying to eat his eye. Leave him alone.
I'm just dragging him. It's fine. Okay, question number 8. Connor, since you're a dragon, would you like to read for us?
Dragon.
8. Calc okay. Let f of x equal e to the 2x cosine x to negative 1 to 2.
All right. Now, what are we supposed to do with that little nugget? Yeah. So what are we supposed to do with f of x?
Already did it.
We got to find the derivative. Thank you, Sierra. Hello. All right. So I have the product of two functions. This is the first function. This is the second function. In order to find the derivative, I'm going to use the product rule.
What?
The drag.
When I take the derivative of e, I write e to the stuff times the derivative of the stuff.
I don't believe you.
The derivative of cosines.
Negative sign.
Negative sign.
I was right.
Ooh.
Good job, Jack. We love you. We love you, Jack.
I think that's okay. What did me and Jason got married?
Yeah, like right here.
That's beautiful.
Can Connor be the flower girl? Okay.
I was the flower person at my older sister's wedding. 3 years ago now.
I'm trying to think of who was the flower person at my wedding.
Was it Uncle Bob?
Okay, so what are we going to do here? I've got 2e to the 2x times the cosine of x. And then what am I going to do with this? I've got a minus. So I'm going to put that minus out front here. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
I agree.
But I can't just leave it like this. I have to match the structure above. It looks like I need to do what? She's on.
Who's gone?
Not gone.
No, you said she's gone. Why is she dead? Who killed her?
Looks good. Looks good.
I agree.
All right. Ooh, here we go. It gets worse. Let's go to the next page. It says, let the line L be the normal to the curve of f x equals 0. Find the equation of L.
Calc okay. Calc is okay. I just realized.
Calc is okay. I'm writing the equation of a line. What should I set up right now? I should set up a little T chart. Or not a T, but 3 parts. There you go.
Pick me to it.
Hi. Well, they've already been submitted, so now you guys can stand for corrections. That's fine. They're due 3/14.
No.
What? Yeah.
Even no matter the standards of our RA?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
If your eye
All right.
is below 50% reading,
Yes.
You're getting fired. What is the point? I'm evaluating 0, and I'm putting that 0 where?
Into the equation.
Good job.
First one,
Go find f of 0. What is it? Hey, remember, you could use your calculator, right? It says calc okay. Let's use our calculator here. Let's make things fast.
It's 1.
Read if you insist.
I insist.
I'm gonna use my phone calculator.
I'm gonna say it's 1.
AKA game.
No,
What?
absolutely not.
Who would ever do such a thing? Stevie?
What type of cosine of 0 is negative 1.
Do you train for hockey with a broom?
Yeah.
You do not.
I mean, if you're in a household, then what are you gonna train me?
If you don't have a stick, I just think you would.
Yeah. And if you're in your household, you can't use an actual stick in the household because you have good rules and good.
I got a question for you.
Then you go outside.
What?
I thought cosine of 0 would also be negative. Cosine of 0 could be negative.
And then while you're doing that, you can also do the
Wouldn't
chore.
it be 0-2, not 0-1?
Yeah, so we can up to 4, I guess.
Yeah. So I think you would.
X is cosine.
If anything,
Yeah.
really
And then it also equals 0 to negative 1.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Huh?
And that's on our interval.
So you should use it.
What?
Look at the, okay, the other end of the circle in quadrant 2 and 3. When cosine is 0, it could be negative 1 too.
Check it out, right? I'm plugging in when X is 0. You only get X is 0 one time. Like there's only one output in the curve. We're like looking at, actually we're allowed to use our calculator. So let's look at the picture. Here, there's a great opportunity.
Wouldn't the y distance putting a sticker on
Let's graph, here, let's graph this guy, the original, on our calculator and see what it looks like, okay?
Mom, that's why. Wait, are we supposed to be in threes or leading? Oh, I still got
Okay, so from negative 1 to 2, 0 has only one output and it is 1. Yeah?
I agree.
You see why? Because like look, if
Why is it a negative 1?
you're plugging it in, right, e to the 2 times 0 is going to end up being what? And then the cosine of 0 is? So it would just be
Or
1. The
negative
answer is 1.
negative
No.
On the pie chart, or the whatever the heck, the circle.
Pie chart. I barely know where.
Cosine is I'm not sure what you're asking me. Where's the other one coming from?
Negative 1 on the other end of it.
That's when we have pi. Pi is what? 3.14. So it's going to be past. Good question, though. I love that you're thinking. That's fabulous. Okay.
I'm just interpreting it as an axis of sorts.
That's more than about 95% of the U.S. population. You are thinking. Good job. So what about slope? What is the slope of the tangent line at 0?
I do not know the answer to that.
You have the derivative. Let's plug that in.
because that's right.
Let's practice plugging it in.
Okay.
Because I'm like, wait, yeah, it should be 2, but then I was plugging it into the derivative by x.
Oh,
Don't swear in this class.
excuse me, what? Do you mean Susan's and Greg's?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ruler.
So what is the slope of the tangent line when x is 0?
Maybe 100.
2. Where did we find that? We found that on here. What do we need though? What is it asking us for?
The norm.
The norm. So I'm going to put this over 1, flip them, negate them. There you go.
I got it.
Now I need the equation. Beep.
There's a lot of close calls.
Come on, guys. Let's be civil about this one.
1.
You could leave it like that, or since there's a 0 over there, it's like, it's just itching me. I'm going to put it in y equals mx plus b form, okay?
Plus 1.
Okay. Did somebody hang up a spring track flyer on my board? I didn't even notice that until now. They used quite a variety of tape, and it's ripped. It was Jack. It had to be Jack Martin. It's the only one who would hang that up. What about C? The graph of F and the line L intersect at the point 0, 1, and a second point, P. Mystery point. Let's go ahead and graph the graph of F. Wait, we already have it because we were examining it earlier. Perfect. What should we add to that graph?
Line L.
Where is the equation of line L?
Right there. There.
All right, so let's graph it.
Lionel, you said Lionel.
And it was I don't want to move my calculator. What was it? It was negative 1 half x plus 1. Oh my gosh, I can see. You guys, I can see. Okay, so it intersects one time at 0, 1. So that's going to be right over here, right? I can see. And then it hits it again where? We want
1, 0.
to see the second
Oh,
time.
wait, 1.5, 0.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a decimal here. Yeah, 1.56. And we just need the x coordinate, so we'll just put the x coordinate, 1.56.
And we gotta draw the graph. Right?
Yep, just a little sketchy poo is good. So he goes, doesn't have to be perfect. There we go.
Me too. I mean, I feel like he killed me otherwise. Was that an owl?
It was.
No, it's supposed to be. I gotta.
It's supposed to be positive. This is vibes. This is vibes.
Wait,
All right, cool. Doesn't have to be perfect. Looks good. You're just illustrating your thinking.
I agree.
Okay.
Please.
All right. It didn't even cross at 0, 1.
What are we doing here?
There you go.
1.8 1.56. I can't.
All right, let's look at question 9. Do you see this notation here?
Sin x.
So it's like operator notation. This is literally the same thing as that. Don't get freaked out, okay?
Wait. Why is it negative now? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that was the I. All right, so are you guys cool with it? If you don't do this again, it's just after that. I like to throw it in there because sometimes they like to sprinkle it in just to confuse you, but we've seen it before, now we're good. All right. I feel like, what? No, that's an I.
It's a stress. I have to like say, ooh.
I feel like everyone in this room is having an individual party just talking to themselves with quite a lot of
Talking
noise.
about the exam.
Hmm. Okay. So now, it says write down the range of the function f. So, yes, but like, okay, maybe you're like, I know what, ooh, hey, I know what this looks like. I don't know what this looks like. But I do know that if I could find all the outputs and the range for this guy, I could reason through the range for this guy, right? So what's the range for a plain old sine curve? What is he sandwiched in between? 1 and -1, right? So I'm like, okay, the range for the regular one is between -1 and 1.
And you cube both
I could take all the outputs from the original and just cube them, right? Isn't that what's happening when I cube the sine of x? Yeah, right? And you just happen to get the same thing.
So if you square it.
But at least you thought about it.
Oh, true. Would you square it? Would it be 0 then to 1?
If you squared it, so you would end up having 1 squared. Oh, that's an interesting question.
Can we graph it?
Yeah, let's graph it and take a look.
Interesting.
No.
Interesting. Let's see what that.
0 squared is 0.
Let's see what this graph looks like.
Thank you for the admiration, Colin.
Huh.
Oh.
What is this guy sandwiched in between?
0 and 1.
0 and 1. So the reason why you would have to consider is because we are going from a 0. So your outputs were -1 to 1.
Because -1 squared is 1. Yeah.
No, I know that, but I'm
think
saying
it's
like if we're thinking about it the same way,
It doesn't work.
it doesn't work, and I'm trying to think of why. That's a good question.
Because that's not
So if you have the original outputs,
You said you would do it to every
because
output,
I think it's because these have an odd index. So when you have an odd index, like to the power of 1, to the power of 3, to the power of 5, you can maintain that negativeness, right? But if you're squaring it, you're squaring the minimum from the original, and he's changing. So his lowest number would have been a 0. So then when you squared the 0, it would end up being from 0 to 1. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you're just saying things, Miss Walchuk. I think we might want to move on here.
No, I'm like thinking about it. I can think of a picture in a few minutes. I've got it in my head. I'll show you in a few minutes. But here we go. So now if we're looking at the next one, consider f of x equals 1 from 0 to 2 pi. Write down the number of solutions to this equation and justify your answer. All right, so what is it really asking me?
Amount of times equals 1 and 0. Oh, the amount of times equals 1.
How many times they intersect? Good job. Are you allowed to use your calculator though? No, right? So what do you think you should do algebraically to show that two things cross? Set them equal. Good job.
Equal on like there's.
I'm going to rewrite it so the whole thing is being cubed because it just makes it easier to solve. Is that okay? It is okay. So then now I'm going to cube root both sides.
And we get 1.
Wow. Yo, that's
That's
dope,
hype.
dog.
Is it plus or minus 1?
Well, it would be
Plus and minus.
Plus. No, it's only plus.
Why is it only plus? Good job.
Because negative
1. Yeah.
is negative.
Yeah, good job. You guys are good. Okay, so now I'm trying to think of where the sine of x equals 1 from 0 to 2 pi.
Get it?
X is cosine, x is cosine, y is sine. Where here I am. What is the answer here? What
0.
angle of rotation is
Sin
that?
x 0.
I thought it was R.
X equals pi over 2.
What?
What? This is the rotation angle
I
up
keep
to
thinking
that.
about, like, some courses. I gotta stop.
No, wait a second. That's not our only answer.
Okay. Huh?
That's not our only answer.
That's how this song goes.
Where would the other answer be?
Oh, yeah, because you keep going for 2
Yeah,
pi.
you go through 2 pi.
3 pi over 2. No, wait. 5, 4. No. 5.
But I don't repeat back up there.
Yes, you do.
What is sine here?
Yeah, now I'm gonna repeat offender.
Even if I repeat it at 2 pi, I'm not going back up to 5 pi over 2.
What?
Wait, not 7 pi. What about 5 pi over
Yeah.
He's not in the interval, he's past 2 pi.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no. That's just pi. 5 pi over 2 is what you're multiplying.
5 pi over 2 is not past 2 pi.
McMuckle, that's a very aggressive comeback.
5 pi
Well,
over
wait.
2. 4 pi.
Oh,
5
yeah.
pi divided by 2.
McMuckle,
It's just one rotation. We're just going around one time. We only hit positive 1 time.
4 pi over 2 is
Damn.
2 pi,
what's the big idea?
So this is 2 pi.
isn't it? 5 pi over 4.
Yeah.
Because you were thinking it was in the what? Third quadrant?
There's no negative 1, no McMuckle.
Yeah.
No
I'll get
negative
down on the
one.
ground.
Past that thought.
This is not my unit.
You guys good?
I'm editing, bro.
Have that thought.
All right. Anybody else have any questions? This is good. You guys are thinking. I love it. Yes? What?
Isn't the answer supposed to be 1 solution?
I know.
5 over 2?
I was going to go on to that. One solution.
That's your. We're done.
Huh? Because it's a test, but it's a little different.
1. What?
It's not a scary test.
What's the test?
Wait, this test?
I'll let you know. Still prepare for it,
Is it right now?
but it's not right now. Kind of, yeah.
When is
Where
it?
is it?
Partner test.
What?
We're not going to be here for it.
What day is
Why?
it?
We're at robotics.
All right, you're gonna have to make it up. Okay, so letter C. Find f prime of x, giving your answer in the form a sine to the p of x, cosine to the q of x, where a, p, and q are, what is z? What is
All
z?
rational numbers. All real numbers. All real integers.
Integers.
What's an integer? Like 1,
Yeah,
2,
what
3.
is that? Can you explain what it
It's a positive or negative whole number. An integer can be an integer is a whole number.
It can't be a fraction or a decimal.
No. Okay. So now you've got f prime of x.
I don't know what
What would f prime of x be? Well, let's start with f of x.
Oh my gosh! It's the
Do you guys remember? This is a chain rule. It's a chain. It's two chains. What do we have here? 3 goes down in the front.
multiply by
Don't touch the insides. What is the derivative of sine?
negative cosine.
The derivative of sine is cosine.
But
He just said the F.
I said but.
Reprimand them. It's a reprimand them. Said the F word.
All right, let's figure this out here. A is what, P is what, and Q is what?
A is 3.
Trace.
P is 2. What's Q though? Q is not written. Good job.
Whoa, whoa. Let's not bring her into this.
I found a new way to write Q's. I found the method.
Okay.
A new way to
Now it
write
won't look like
Q's?
nines. Now- when you see my new way to write Q's.
Like that? This looks
Yes,
like
that's what I've been doing.
this looks like an elderly man crossing the street,
What?
That right there is.
right?
No. Explain how is he handicapped?
No, he's just elderly.
I used to write it like.
What about number 10?
When you got like ran over.
Lock back in. What?
What if the old man got ran over?
You are decidedly not locked in. You need to lock back in.
No cows.
Look at this beautiful arc of people paying attention. Let's be more like them.
Like Noah's Ark. Who creates the idea?
Question number 10.
I like your sweater.
Naomi, would you like to read for us? Listen to Naomi.
I listen.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's find f prime of x. F of x is this, guys. Therefore, f prime of x is going to be e to the stuff times the derivative of the stuff.
3 I'm locked right now.
Mackenzie, would you like to read for us? I don't know. What are we finding next? Sure. What should I do? We're getting it from here.
Don't touch. Anyway, touch his insides.
Yeah, let's take the derivative of the outside, right? Because in this case, look at the structural difference between the two things, right? In this case, we had the trig function as the inside, right? So we manipulated it around outside and then multiplied by the derivative of the inside, which happened to be a trig function, right? In this one, the argument is what we're going to end up having to multiply by at the end, okay? So see how it's a little different than the other one. So the derivative of sine is
Cosine.
cosine. Don't touch the inside.
Oh, my bad.
Don't touch his insides.
Times the derivative of the inside, which is just 1, right?
So it's just that.
Hooray.
Yes. We're all done.
Okay.
That's enough of that.
Now, be smart. Work smart, not hard. B, let h of x equal e to the negative 3x times the sine of x minus pi over 3. Where do you see those two pieces above?
Above.
What are they?
F of X and G of X.
Okay, so I have f of x times g of x. And you already found the derivatives over there. If I'm trying to ultimately find the exact value of h prime of pi over 3, that's the derivative of h, which I already have all the parts that go in there because it's a product rule, right?
I agree.
So I would have h prime of, I would have h prime of x is equal to, so it'd be u prime.
So negative 3.
Let's change these to u and v, right? So it'd be u prime v plus u v prime. U is f of x. Oops, is f of x. U prime is the derivative. V is the sine of x minus pi over 3, and v prime is g prime, which we found up above. Do you guys see how we're using all the stuff we already found
I do.
to save some time?
I do.
All right.
Oh, I see what they're doing here.
Yeah, they kind of set you up.
Cosine of 0.
Save you some time. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So now I've got u prime
I like this one.
If you were a fish,
V.
would you catch this?
Yeah.
And use this as like a bait.
Yeah. I catch it right now. Sorry, Siki.
Wait.
All right, so now I'm taking this derivative and I'm substituting in what? Yes. Yes, good job.
Sound like a witch.
I was trying to sound like a little old lady, but yeah, close.
They're the
Negative
same
pi.
thing, no?
Negative pi. Is that what it is?
Good job, children.
Are you gonna boil me? Like the witches, that's what they
You write
do.
a lunatic?
I don't understand the question.
Like, that's what the witches do, they boil people.
Yes.
Children, specifically.
Maybe. All right, so now I've got h prime of pi over 3. Let's simplify this. Let's simplify this part here, okay? So I would get negative 3 over 1 times pi over 3. What does that reduce to? I'm simplifying the exponent there. Negative pi, right? So I now have negative 3
Is this exact
e
value? Oh.
to the negative pi. I know, you gotta do all that. Times, what's pi over 3 minus pi over 3?
0, which is, isn't that 0?
Yeah, so all that stuff's going to drop off, right? And then I have e to the, we just simplified that, it ends up being negative pi, and then cosine of 0. Okay, so the sine of 0 is 0, so I now have h prime of pi over 3 equals, this whole thing is 0, and then now I have e to the negative pi. What's the cosine of 0?
1.
And then some of you guys on the test, I forget what test it was, but you ended up getting an answer that was like this. What is that? Written with positive exponents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then what is this then?
E.
Yeah, there you go. Good job.
E to the pi.
Oh, oh.
Oh, how giddy.
Okay. What about,
That's
oh,
not the
there's
exact value, though.
there's more.
What does exact value even mean?
Exact values mean that there's no decimals. You haven't rounded anything. You just wrote it as fraction, radical, log. It's like what you figure out when you don't have a calculator. Is that it? No. Hi. Let f of x equal the tangent of x minus pi times the sine of x plus pi over 2 between 0 and pi over 2. Express f prime of x in terms of sine of x and or cosine of x. Okay, so we're just basically finding the derivative of this nasty little friend up here.
So does the interval even matter?
Whoa, what?
Does the interval even matter then?
Because we have tangent, we're like saying it's less than pi over 2, so we're not going to have to deal with asymptotes. I think that's the only reason why they bothered telling us that. But we're just expressing it in terms of sines and cosines, okay? So yes, we have a product rule. Good job. So we would have tangent of x minus pi is u. Sine of x plus pi over 2 is v. Shh. So I'm going to find the derivative by plugging it into this structure here. So I have u is the tangent of x minus pi. We could turn this into sine over cosine and find the derivative using the quotient rule, but that sounds like a lot of work. Do you guys remember what the derivative of tangent was from the other day?
Secant squared, negative secant.
We found it twice on our classwork. Do you remember? The derivative of sine is cosine, the derivative of cosine is negative sine, the derivative of tangent secant squared. There's a few more derivatives. Don't be scared. Where is it? Be scared. Where did we find it? Ah, right here. Yes, tangent secant squared. Okay? So we can use that. But let's say I never taught it to you. You could definitely figure it out, right?
Let's not.
But let's just do this because it's faster. So the derivative of tangent,
Secant squared.
And then I have to multiply it by the
By
derivative of
one.
the inside. What is the inside here?
1.
1.
One, so it's the same thing.
V is,
Yeah.
huh?
Yes.
Just those. You just have to remember sine and cosine, but I give you tangent because it's like easy sometimes.
Yay.
So you wouldn't have to figure that out by hand. And then at the end of the year, we'll learn all of them.
Alright. We have more stuff to learn after that exam.
Yeah,
Why?
just a few more. Some of the stuff for BC doesn't line up. There's just like a few little random stuff.
What's a calc?
You're gonna be test for that.
No, no calc. What?
You're gonna be test for that stuff.
There's one quiz.
Pop quiz.
All right, so V prime, and there's a project, but the project is fun. It's those.
Wait.
So the derivative of sine is
Cosine.
cosine.
Oh.
All right, so now let's plug it into the structure.
I've seen strange things here.
Nice little shooter shit.
Uh-oh.
Just watch it.
You can't do that, loser. All right.
Just write it like this. Write the plus down.
So how does my answer have to be? What form?
Sine and cosine.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got to change then?
1 over cosine.
So we did have to
Do you
learn
guys
that.
remember the reciprocal identity for secant?
1 over cosine.
Good job.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job,
Because
man.
it's the opposite of what you think it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Good job, Jack. We love you. You're really welcome.
What about tangent? What should I do for that guy?
Sine over.
Yeah, what they say.
Hey, baby.
All right, and then just simplify the fractions. I don't think anything cancels, but at least just get it in terms of one thing times another. Just a quietly whispered, Jesus. Wait, can I cancel these two? Can I cancel those
No.
two? Good job.
You're
Thank
additioning
you.
them. So now.
Okay.
Wait, what did you just ask to cancel?
The two cosine over cosine. You'd be surprised. They have two different arguments. Can't cancel them. All right, guys. Here's what we're gonna do for the rest of the set. Are you excited?
No word? No.
We're doing. Oh, I would love to sleep. That would feel great.
That's what I do when I get home. I sleep for like 4 hours. What? I take like a 4-hour nap when you get home.
I used to do that.
4 hours. It just goes right into bed.
Yeah, then you wake up, eat, go to bed.
Why do you think I stay up till like 12 and 1, like 12 and 1?
How many
All
hours
right,
have
here we
you-
go.
Anyway.
Are you guys ready? How many people are here today?
I have like 30,000.
Dang it, we have an odd number. That's okay.
Just have like a group of an extra person this fall, right? We can have a group of
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we can have Chase.
All right, here we go.
First of all, check. How much of your life do you think you spent playing Minecraft?
What?
How much of your life have you spent playing Minecraft?
0.
What?
Oh, wait,
You never played Minecraft?
No.
Why are we doing a random group?
World War Siege.
You got too much dip on you.
And that current, I want to be partners with her.
I'm not thinking.
Nut, dude.
That's insane.
Matt Trash. That's like Matt Spreading.
Adam Zabel.
That's really
That's you.
And that's the group I want to be in, group 2. I need to be in group 2.
Adam
Matt
Zanet.
Curtin. Adam Sandler.
Charity case.
It's always Glevis. I'm sorry, that's just who you are in my brain.
Seal who's
Singe.
I feel as if this is not the
Yeah,
maybe we should choose our own groups.
You what?
Save the best for last.
Wait, how many groups are there? 4?
No. How many people did I count? 15. I need 7.
No, no,
6,
no, no.
7.
Let's choose.
Oh wait, there's only 6 problems, so let's do 6.
Hey!
There you go.
It's spell check.
And then your group number is the problem that you're doing, okay?
Number 2. Here's my group.
So,
God damn it.
What's your damn problem? And try to receive the instructions. That would be lovely. So, this is question number 1. First, you put on the paper. Then, when you guys are done and it's good and it's right, you are going to come over here and transfer it over to one of these little museums.
Right.
And you have whiteboard markers and erasers over here. Then tomorrow, we're going to walk around and do all the problems, and you can go visit everyone else's problems, and you can get help or just confirm whether it's right or wrong. I am trying, this is the experimental group, the other group is the control group. I'm going to not check your answers. I can help you if you get stuck along the way, but I'm not going to check your answers because I want you guys to walk around with the idea of evaluating each problem to see if you've done correct. Does that sound good? I
Yeah.
just want to hear. Yeah? Okay. I don't want to get off. What?
Okay.
why did this get so dark? Do it on your paper first.